These people almost ruined my day. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine like seeing people talk about things that happened on their wedding day. I didn't know, like I didn't see this coming. Oh my goodness, these people always made me cry on my wedding day, but thank God I was able to pull through. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Mackenzie here, and this is Mackenzie's Corner. Please click the subscribe button if you are new here. Like my videos, don't forget to share with your family and friends. I am going to be sharing with you the mishaps that happened during my wedding. These people almost made my head scatter. First of all, it was the makeup artist. Like, oh my goodness, the makeup artist. What happened was that on the morning of my wedding, you know, as the holy girl, I don't have a sister to call that, okay, has this been done? No, I need to leave. Prior to my wedding, like a day to my wedding, I passed the night in an hotel, and on Saturday, which was my wedding day, I had to go home to check if things were in order. I cannot just sit down at the hotel, be chilling and expect things to get done. I don't have anybody aside from my brothers and my mom and my dad. Couple of my friends were in the hotel with me, so we had to rush down to my house morning of my wedding. So myself and my makeup artist, we had conclusion on meeting for 6:30 a.m. that day, but he called me on Friday, a day to my wedding, that he had another bride to fix up her makeup the same day with mine. So I had to ask him, it was a he, I had to ask him that, okay, would you go and fix up the bride while I have time to run to my father's house to check if things were in order? So he was like, okay, no problem, once he is done he will let me know. And I told him I won't stay long in my father's house, I just wanted to check if things were in order, but while I'm in my father's house you can just rush up to fix that person's makeup. And we agreed. He said okay. So I had to go to my father's house, check if things were in order, the tent and all of that. We used the front of my father's house for the wedding, so I had to check if things were in order. And apparently when I was done, I called this makeup artist. He was like, okay, he's coming. At first it wasted much time, but that's by the way. And eventually when he came, he started doing the makeup. You know, time was not by our side. Our program was meant to start for 10 o'clock. We eventually left the hotel at about 12:30 p.m. or thereabouts. So we were really late. They've been calling us. They've been calling myself and my husband. They've been calling us that why are we taking too long? What I wanted to talk about exactly is eventually this makeup artist tied the wrong gele. Like, what I ordered was different from what I got. I wanted a round pleated gele, you know, this round pleated, like normal rounded gele. I'm going to link a picture of what I ordered versus what I got here. So I'm going to show you what I ordered versus what I got. Like, apparently I was in haste and I had to rush down to the park. I didn't even have the avenue to check mirror. I couldn't check any mirror. I just thought it was the agreed type of gele he tied for me, and that was it. It was when it was not on the, what's it called, the funny enough, oh my goodness, it was not on my wedding day that I got to know that the gele was a wrong gele. It was after my wedding when I was checking pictures on people's status. I'm like, what type of gele did this guy tie for me? Like, who sent him? Oh, see, I'm not a fan of trying new things. Like, I'm actually not a fan of trying new things. Like, I know some people would like the type of gele tied for me. It's a bit all of this gele that is in vogue, but I never wanted it. Like, I saw that before I chose our normal regular rounded gele. Yeah, oh my goodness, like, it wasn't funny. It wasn't fun. I just assumed he tied our agreed round pleated gele. And to crown it all, you know, we had two sessions. Like, the first one was the affairs setting and the second one was the engagement. You know, this guy was meant to come and fix, what's it called, my face for my engagement entrance. My guy didn't show up. It was a friend of mine that helped me. Shout out to her for me. She was the one that helped me touch my face. Like, oh my goodness, this guy, he really messed me up. And that was the first person that almost ruined my day. Another thing, another person I'll be talking about is photographer. The photographer was a joker. The photo, like, oh my goodness, like I don't know what I would have done if I'm seeing him physically. Like, this photographer, can you imagine this photographer was focusing on couples alone? Like, you know, the joy of you checking, what's it called, checking your pictures, and you ended up saying, oh, Auntie Biola came, I didn't know, I never knew. Like, you see people that you never knew they even attended your wedding. Like, that is the joy of photographers on wedding days. Like, you guys, if you are getting married, try and follow your photographers, have a conversation with your photographers. Like, please learn from my own experience. Like, this photographer, this guy never snapped anyone under the tent. Like, you know, what's it called, couples will ended up doing photo book, like album now, you understand? Like, you know, the joy of opening your album pictures and you be like, oh, Auntie Bimi came, oh, brother Chukudi came, and all of that. Like, you will be like, the joy in seeing people that you never thought they attended your wedding. Like, that is what I wanted for myself. This guy, it was only the couples, and funny enough, my personal full picture, I only got one. I only saw one out of the pictures he snapped. That is the height of it. Like, it was that bad. I'm like, is this guy joking? Like, come and see the crowd. Come and see the crowd in my father's house. Come and see the people that came, that attended my wedding. Even me, I was amazed. But the basic point was that I was meant to be seeing pictures of people, like, snapped by the what's it called, photographer, for crying out loud. Like, what was he expecting me to have in my photo book? Is it just the couple's pictures or the couple's parents? What about the people in attendance? What about the people that attended? What about me opening and checking or showing people my photo book, and they ended up seeing themselves, oh wow, this was where I was telling you that so person is greeting you and all of that. Like, people, like, that is the essence of photographers in an event. Like, they are for memories. Like, you seeing people that attended. Like, I can imagine, see, let me even tell you something. There is a particular person I was even challenging that, you didn't come for my wedding, and after you've already told me that you are going to come and all of that. And it was like, he was at my wedding, but he got an emergency at the hospital. He works in a hospital, so it was like he what's it called, he got an emergency. Imagine the photographer went under the tent and snapped people. Even if it was a group of 10 people, you took the picture, like, one shot. This couple of people, you take their picture and all of that. It's okay by me. Like, let me just see faces of people that attended my wedding. That, I don't think that's too much to ask. Like, not until the person I was challenging that he didn't come for my wedding, not until he sent me videos of as far as the cleric and all of these people they were talking on my wedding, that was when I realized that he came truly. Assuming this photographer had already gone to snap people under the tent, I wouldn't be challenging this person. Like, I wouldn't be challenging him that he didn't attend my wedding. It is that bad. Like, the photographer messed, like, even till date. Can you imagine? My husband even put a call through. I was complaining bitterly. At the point, I was vexing that why would my husband hire this kind of person? This person is not even competent. Like, my husband does photography. Like, I know how he handles jobs. So why is this person now messing up? I thought he was meant to be a professional like my husband, but at the long run, he is a no. You cannot imagine my husband messaging this guy, telling this guy that this happened. Why didn't he snap people under the tent and all of that? If you hear this person's response, he said the people will show in the video. And my husband was like, is it video that I'm going to put in photo book? Like, are you kidding me? It is that bad. Please, you guys, if you're hiring photographers for anything, any of your D-Day, forget about the professionalism of the person. Just tell the person, please, learn from my own learn from my experience. Please take note of these mishaps that happened during my wedding. Another thing I think I didn't like that happened was that, you know, when you are doing wedding, when you are planning your wedding, you ended up renting chairs, like let's say me, I used the front of my father's house, like I said. So we hired tents, we hired chairs, we hired table. And when we were arranging canopy settings, we didn't add the table at first because we knew it was all these cleric people that are going to be having their first program first before the engagement ceremony and the reception. So we didn't add up the table when arranging the chair. We just arranged the chair in a classroom settings, like normal what's it called, student sitting, without the table. So we thought when we are about to switch for the engagement party and reception, we are going to be adding table. But fam, there was no time, so the tables were typically wasted. Like, let's say we just wasted money to rent the tables. We rented about, I think it was 30 or 35. Let's assume we rented it, maybe it was 800 or 1K. I never knew, I don't know. It was my dad that fixed that. The money was wasted. So fam, you should think about it. In fact, people ended up eating their food on their palm. Like, we thought we are going to have the table and put it like a table of 5 or 6 and all of that, but it didn't work. Everything just happened right after the order, so we didn't eventually use the table, and that was it. And another thing I felt we wasted money on was my brother did a banner for me. You know, this banner that people would end up snapping pictures with, that has the name of the groom and bride and whatnot. We ended up didn't use it. We didn't use it though. Even we, the couples, forgot. Like, I hung it on the canopy. I hung it somewhere around the canopy. I'm going to link a picture of the banner here. I hung it on the canopy, but we forgot to snap with it. And lastly, see, this one even pained me. Like, this one peppered me. This is the, see, this one is like saving the best for the last. The DJ was legit playing nonsense at my entrance of my engagement. Like, I feel like crying. Like, I was in the mood to dance. You know, the vibe you have on your wedding day, that you are gonna scatter everywhere. This DJ started playing. I don't even know what year the musics were released. Like, this did, I was even I told the what's it called, the halagas, all these people that handles engagement and all of that. I told her, like, she was even using microphone. DJ, the bride said she needs latest music. The DJ was looking at me like, I was even telling him, I don't like the music we're playing. I don't like it. This DJ he didn't even answer me. He didn't even answer. Like, he was looking. I don't know if you got carried away with the event or you got carried away with people that he sees around. I mean, they saw around that. I don't even know the English to use. Like, this DJ was legit playing music that were entering this ear and coming out from this other hair. Like, I was even telling him, uncle, please change this music. I don't like it. This is my day. I don't understand. Must you play music you are comfortable with? Just play me latest music. Like, I wanted music, all this latest music. Oh my goodness. Like, you can imagine, I was getting wedded May 14, 2022, and this guy was playing me music as far back as maybe 2001 or 2002. Like, it was that bad. I'm like, uncle, are you kidding me? Like, are you a joker? It was few minutes after the scenario, he stopped playing music. And thank God for the what's it called, Alaga Iduro people, the people that handles engagement, that were composing music and all this latest music, that even gingered me. Like, I was that pained. Oh my goodness. Like, you guys should take note of this. Like, I was pained. This were the mishap I could vividly remember. Like, this were the painful one I vividly remember. So you guys, I hope you learn 1 or 2 things in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel, share my videos, like my videos, and I'm going to be seeing you in my other videos. Bye guys.